Yes, guys, and welcome back to yet another pre-match pump-up on We Are Tottenham TV. It's been 2 weeks, and my God, have I missed all of you out there, and have I missed Tottenham, and my Lord, have I missed Big H. Absolutely pumped for this one. I cannot wait for it. Of course, we are taking Brighton on in the fourth round of the FA Cup, and there is no replays today whatsoever, guys. So this one will have to be decided. It will go to extra time and penalties if needed. Me, I'd probably prefer it like that. We don't want any more games just thrown in, disrupting our fixture schedule anymore. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. But guys, the link is up in the community section. If anyone does want to come on and have their say, please do. Just click on that link, come on, and we'll sit here and have a chat about today's game. Just run through everything everybody needs to know. Of course, we are at home. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Referee is Stuart Atwell, and VAR is Darren England. So when I have my pellet going out and I'm shooting down the seagulls today, these two better make the right decisions, because I'll end up having to shoot them too. TV, guys, and make sure you stay tuned here all the way through. I'll be bringing you all the way through to the watch along, and then from the watch along, they'll be bringing you all the way through to the post-match show. So we cover absolutely everything here on game day from start to finish. So make sure you stick with the We Are Tottenham TV channel throughout. Also, if anybody wants to know if we do get through tonight, well, when we get through tonight, the draw will be taking place tomorrow ahead of Liverpool's trip, our clash with Cardiff, and that draw will be on ITV. So guys, everybody, make sure you do smash that like button. Make sure you keep smashing that subscribe button. I want this to be it is the biggest Spurs channel out there, but I want it to be the absolute biggest on YouTube. The next mark is 1 million, so keep smashing that subscribe button and keep sharing it out there. And keep getting your comments in the live chat. And guys, feel free to stop us at any point. Get your super chats in throughout this show, and I will sit here and discuss them with the panel as well. And it's just a great way to show your support for Ben and Sim, for what they are doing for this Tottenham community with all the therapy that they do provide. For just a bit of team news, of course, Sonny is back in contention today, and Romero is back as well. I would expect the two of them to start. I know Sonny will Romero, that will remain to be seen. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but it'll be very interesting to see if he does start. I would actually prefer Romero to come back in and start with Eric Dyer and Ben Davies. I know a lot of people saying with the hamstring injury, it could be too soon. But for me, I think he's our best defender, and he's got to go straight back in. Of course, Brighton, they are missing Alex McAllister, Moses Caicedo, Jeremy Sarmiento, Enoch Mwepu, and Jason Steele. So they have a few to deal with themselves. But of course, that guy in midfield does come back in, Bazuma. But, some good omens here, guys. Anyone that is a betting man, I would be putting money on Tottenham to win this today. I think if we score 2 goals, it's over. Brighton, they don't exactly score too many goals. They average 1 goal a game. So I cannot see them scoring 2. So we score 2. I really do believe we win this easy. But Tottenham have beaten Brighton in each of their last 7 home games across all competition. My man, Big H, king of the lane, best forward in world football, most clinical as well. Harry Kane, he has enjoyed playing in the FA Cup for Spurs throughout his career, netting 11 goals in as many games. So that's 11 goals in 11 games. And I did tweet Big H today, by the way. And I said, Big H, look, let's go out there today. Let's get a goal, put Brighton to bed, and then I'll be over there next Sunday to cheer you on for the Wolves game. I will be over there in the stadium. If anyone wants to meet up for a drink beforehand, just let me know. Get in contact, and I'll let people know where I am. But Big H knows I'll be there next week, and he will score for me. I can guarantee it. Tottenham have won each of their, Tottenham have reached the 5th round of the FA Cup in 5 of the last 6 seasons, only missing out in 2018-19. So it should be a normal service resumed here today, to be honest with you. For Brighton, the imposter, I call him Graham Potter. I know a lot of Spurs fans like him, but I actually don't. His men have been labelled as draw specialists. His campaign, this campaign with 12 already to their name in the Premier League. That's 2 more than any other team in the division. So draw specialists right there. Brighton do 6 points and 6 places better off than this stage last season, and are not in a relegation battle. So I would expect them to go more or less full strength today and take it to us. And I think they would be hoping to go on a bit of a bit of an FA Cup run. The confidence is high among the Seagulls at present, as they head to North London today, unbeaten in their last 7 matches across all competitions. A good few draws there. They did beat West Brom 2-1 in extra time to be able to face us in the 4th round. So, you know, against West Brom, I didn't really watch the game, but looking at beating them in extra time, I wonder did they change the starting lineup on that? It'd be interesting to see, to be honest with you. Brighton have been proven to be a challenging opponent for many teams this campaign, though. They're losing only like 5 of the 26 games across all competition. And Brighton have come out on top in just 2 of their last 9 FA Cup matches against teams from the Premier League. So they don't do well against teams from the Premier League in the FA Cup. So let's absolutely take it to them today. And look, I don't want to do this again, but it's time to go bird hunting yet again. I'm sick of going bird hunting. Give me some other animals. But today we are going hunting for some seagulls. And yes, guys, it is bird hunting in terms of going for seagulls, not the night out, not a Saturday night out with the boys. I know what some of you guys are thinking out there. But honestly, I can't wait to get the pellet going out and start shooting down some seagulls and really take it to this Brighton team. A lot of people praising them. It really sickens me, to be honest. I mean, it's Brighton. They're not great. I mean, they're having a good start to the season. Most of their wins they picked up in the first 5 games anyway. They're just draw specialists. I mean, they play good football, but they bore me. I mean, anytime I have a game on and they're involved, I end up falling asleep. Hopefully, it's not the same today. Well, it won't be because Harry Kane would light the game up, but I just want to smash them so bad and send them back to the seaside with a stick of rock up their arse. I really do. I absolutely hate them. I hate their jersey. I hate their manager. I think he's an imposter. He is a cheap man's Pep Guardiola. Honestly, he models absolutely everything he does off Pep. He thinks he's some sort of football Einstein. I really don't think he is, to be honest with you. But look, that's enough of me rambling and ranting. Let's get on our first guest. Let's see who we have in the building with us. Who have we got? And it's Sean from Spurs Talk Show. Sean, my brother, how are things, man? Oh, you're on mute, lad. I think you're on mute.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Ah, loud and clear, my man, loud and clear. You pumped for today?
Always pumped. I'm not pumped for this camera, though. This camera seems to, every time I come on this show, is like zoomed in. It's all good. I'm gonna step back a little bit and see what we go from there. How you doing?
No, I'm absolutely buzzing, my man. Absolutely buzzing. Are you excited, Sean, for Kulusevski and Bentancur to come off the bench today and make their debuts and see what they bring to this Tottenham squad? Because I cannot wait to see Big Kulu in action.
Yeah, I can't wait as well. I mean, I know there's been like the early indicators of the team, and it looks like neither of them are starting. And Sonny's back in, and Romero looks like he's back in if the team that's been dropped is anything to go by. But I do want to see. I hope we're not in a position where we need a Kulusevski, right? I hope that by 60, 70 minutes, I hope the game's kind of cut and dry and we're 3-0 up or 2-0 up and we're comfortable, and then we can bring them on with just to give them the kind of home ovation and give them a little taste of a little bit of hospitality down the Tottenham Stadium. But I don't want to get into a position where we're 2-1 up or we're 1-0 up with 80 minutes to go and we need to bring on Bentancur to shore things up. I don't want it to be. I want them to have to enjoy their moment. I don't want them to be thrown straight into the spotlight. We shouldn't need to do that. We're better than Brighton in every position on the park, in my opinion, maybe except for the wing-backs. But I do think that it's going to be exciting to see them. But like I say, I just don't want Kulusevski and Bentancur to come on because we need them to do something magical. A little bit too much pressure for them, given that they haven't spent any time in the Premier League or in the English setup for more than a couple of days.
No, do you know what? I actually think you're spot on there, Shawnee, to be honest with you. I agree. I would like them to come off and to be able to enjoy it. Like you said, not putting pressure on their shoulders straight away as soon as they come off the bench, you know, to try and help us win the game or get back into the game. It is important that we do let them come off, enjoy the adulation from the fans. Yeah. Do you think Big Kulu could score today if he comes off the bench?
I do. Well, I think what he's more likely to do is he's going to put a sublime, the perfect inch perfect pass with his left foot, one with his right foot. I think we're going to get a taste more of his 2-footed ability and his technique, because the weight of his pass. If you have spent any time looking at his attributes or his kind of highlight reel, I think sometimes what people don't necessarily give him that much credit for is the weight of his pass is just absolutely sublime. And I can just see him doing one of those things where it puts Harry Kane through. Harry Kane or Stevie Bergwijn or Lucas Moura can round the keeper. I'd love it if he scored, but I'm more excited to see what he can do in a more of a creative, slightly step back role today. I think he's just going to put a couple of little slide rule passes through and get everybody excited about that.
And you know what, Sean? I've seen images of them walking around the pitch before heading down into the tunnel to the changing rooms. And I have to say, Kulu is one big guy. He's a lanky fucker, lad. And, you know, his hair is on point. Now, obviously, it's going to take you a bit to get up to speed with Kulu's hair, but it does look sharp. But I'm not messing on. He looks like he.
No, I know you're not. I know you take this very seriously.
Oh, I do. Honestly, it looks like he's ready to come on and inspire. And once he does, everyone just come back to me and tell me I was correct, because I can see these things. And Harry Kane's hair, it is on fleek today. Honestly, it is so good. There's not a hair out of place. It's a tiny bit of hair gel mixed with some hairspray. So just so that it's not stuck to his head, but it still has enough to flap in the wind as he graces the hollow turf of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He looks like he's ready to bang in goals today. That is for sure. Nice. The whole team look hungry. They all look switched on, to be fair, walking around through the tunnel, Shawnee. But Shawnee, you did mention the wing-backs. You look at Brighton's wing-backs. They have that little dwarf, what's his name? Tariq Lamptey. Tariq Midget. Lamptey Midget. And then you also have the windbag over the other side. What's his name? Cucurella. There for me are two Brighton's probably most threats. How do we stop these guys today? Do we push up high on them and keep them pinned back? Is that what you would do today, Sean?
Do you know what? I actually think that the battle that's going to decide. I know this might sound a little bit counterintuitive, because I do think that Brighton's threats come from definitely their width, and I think that obviously how we handle that directly is going to be important. But I actually think that the battle between Højbjerg and Bissouma is going to be more pivotal. I think how the ball gets broken down, who wins the kind of central midfield battle is going to dictate a lot of what success Brighton have or don't have. If Højbjerg can keep Bissouma in his pocket and really kind of like suffocate the life out of Bissouma's ability to pop it wide, then I think that we haven't got to worry so much about Cucumber and Lamptey. But I do think that that's my nickname for him now for the rest of the day. But I do think that they are a major threat. Let's not beat around the bush, especially down the right. I do worry Emerson Royal. I think he's he's not going to be, if he is starting. I think he's starting according to the starting 11 that we've seen. I think he might need a little bit of help. James on the last channel we were on, James from Spurs Related was saying, he made a really good point that Emerson Royal by himself might struggle, might not have enough support, and so we might need to see Højbjerg get pulled out, or we might see Christian Romero step out wide and kind of get sucked into that battle. I think it's going to be obviously down the width is going to be where Brighton are going to have their chances, but I've got a strong feeling that Højbjerg is going to suffocate Bissouma, and then therefore that in turn is going to suffocate their ability to get the ball out wide that much. And I think we're going to have more luck down our left hand side and try and pin back their wing backs on that side so that they can't be such an offensive threat, if that makes sense. A bit of a ramble.
You know what? I definitely think Reguilon he will pin the Cucurella back, Cucumber like you like to call him. I do think he'll pin him back 100%. Lamptey is a bit of a different case. He is rapid. He's good on the ball, technically good as well. I just hope Emerson uses his muscle. If I was Emerson, I'd show him on the outside and then just cut across him. And use your muscle to kind of get in front of him. That's what I would do personally. But look, it's a big test for Emerson today. Hopefully he can stand up to it today and prove a lot of Spurs fans wrong, because he's up against the guy, Sean, that many people want to replace him.
Yeah, listen, I think there's other ways that he can win the battle, right? Like, you look at Emerson Royal is 6'1", 6'1.5". He's a tall fella, and Lamptey's 5'7". Like he's so small, right? So there's maybe an option when we do have the ball, if we attack their back post from the left, right? So if we get someone like Reguilon or whatever peppering balls over from the left hand side when we do have the ball, we can pin them back. And if Lamptey has to step back and try and defend aerial attacks from our left-hand side, and you can see Emerson Royal coming in. He's no good crossing the ball, but maybe he can get forward and throw a little bit of some kind of cutback headers do something, because I do think the best way to suffocate someone who's good going forward is to pin them back and not allow them to move forward so much. So, like I said, I don't have that much belief in Emerson Royale's ability to do anything with the ball at his feet, but maybe there's a gap there between the heights of the two players that we can try and take advantage of. In terms of Lamptey as a player, look, he's absolutely phenomenal. He is going to be the difference probably if Brighton do get a result, or if they take us to extra time or to penalties. I think it will be because of something magical that he's done. He is a superstar player, but I personally don't want him at Tottenham. I don't want any more people below 12-year-old height. I want someone to be a full-grown man who can command their presence in the air as well as when the ball's on the floor. And for me, Lamptey, as good as he is, he's just too small for my liking.
Absolutely love that. Above 12-year-old, like, you gotta love that. What a dwarf. Hopefully we can really. Do you know what I would do if I was if I was Conte? And I'm not saying I'm any great manager. I do win a lot of things in Football Manager, by the way. But what I will say is every time the ball is out on the left-hand side, I'd be instructing Emerson to get in towards that back post, knowing that Lamptey doesn't have the height to be able to compete with him, Shawnee. So you're absolutely spot on there. But look, moving into midfield, I do believe we'll see two in midfield. I do believe probably will be a sort of like a 3-4-3. I do not see us playing three in midfield purely because Skip is out injured and Bentancur, he only got his work permit there late. Was it late Thursday night? So first training Friday morning. So I wouldn't expect him to be thrown straight into the deep end. And I think Conte more or less alluded to that in his press conference, Sean. So I think it will be Højbjerg and Winks in midfield. Is that enough to be able to turn the ball over?
How long is Skippy out for?
I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
Yeah,
but he's out with a groin injury, so I wouldn't say too long, to be honest with you. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, Sean. But that battle in midfield, is Winks and Højbjerg enough to come up against? Because I presume they'll probably be playing three in midfield. So is that enough to kind of come up against their three in midfield to be able to turn the ball over and win possession? Because as we know, Sean, we spoke about on your channel the other day actually about how much possession they actually really do have in games. They tend to dominate the possession. So is Winks and Højbjerg combative enough to be able to turn that possession over and mobile enough?
Look, I think, like I say, I genuinely think today, and I've been saying it for all day, I think that Højbjerg, Winksy, I think is, like, you're definitely going to need to see something other than just his passing from Winksy. You're going to need to see him step in and do, and be more aggressive with his challenges. But so much responsibility sits on Højbjerg today. If you are going to play the 3-4-3, bearing in mind that we have got these two games coming up we've got a lot of games coming up in for the rest of February and March. Yeah. And we do need, whether Bentancur's fit or not, but if Skippy's going to be out injured, we're already like seeing maybe some of the consequences of releasing the 3 or 4 players that we did. That if one of those 4 central midfielders that we have in Skip, Winks, Højbjerg and Bentancur, if one of them doesn't have his work permit and one of them's already injured, then this is a problem. We don't really have a plan B, so we have to go for the 3-4-3. We're going to have to see, maybe Lucas Moura, someone come, or Harry Kane. There's going to be a lot of responsibility for them maybe to drop back when we don't have the ball and really get stuck in and kind of trying to do more of a midfielder's role, because Winks isn't a naturally great. He's not a natural when it comes to like as a holding, as a bit, to try and win the ball back. You want him to be the person who receives the ball once we've won it back, and then for him to spray the ball using his passing acumen. So today, given the situation with Bentancur not being able to play or not being ready to play, and Skippy out injured, and like you say, Potter, as much as we don't like him, he'd be a moron if we didn't put 3 in the midfield to try and really make it difficult for us. So that's why I say, to be honest, I think that Pierre, it's the biggest game for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, I think, today. If he has a worldie, then we'll do okay. But if he doesn't, if he's off the boil at all, then we could have some serious problems, because we just don't have enough depth at the moment. It's just sod's law that we the first game back after the break, that we're already in the position where we have our fewest options. We're already down 2 men. It might mean that if Bentancur, I don't even know if he does have the work permit. I'm so ill prepared for this. If he does have the work permit, okay, so he can play. It's just whether they choose to play. Okay, so he might come on. He might be necessary, because We'll see what happens in the first half, and I'm sure Conte's got no problems in changing things if things aren't going well. But yeah, for me, like I say, I'll say it again and again. But Højbjerg is, and I've had a bet with you, Dave, that he's a fiver that he's going to be man of the match today. I know he's going to do us proud, but it is a big day for him. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
No, look, you know what? I don't mind paying up, Shawnee. I actually hope he does become man of the match because, I mean, I think you alluded to this before that, you know, he's one of them players. He'd be inspired by the new signing that's coming. He'll look at that and say, okay, I'll show you what I got. I need to up my game here. And he'll go and do it, you know, and he won't shy away from it. So I think it's not a bad shout, you know, that you could see Pierre-Emile Højbjerg running around like an absolute steam train. Look, I know he's a player that splits the opinion in the fan base. So I just think if Bentancur can come in and settle in, and from what I've seen of him, I do think you'll see Højbjerg look so much better when you have that guy in the team who can take over the passing responsibility in midfield and spray the passes. But look, you know, it's not a bad shout, Højbjerg, from man. And actually, if I was people out there, you know, and I was looking for a bet, if you could do it in the bookies, that's what I would be putting my money on. Sean, as we were saying, Brighton, they do like a lot of possession. I think they average between 52 and 54% possession per game this year. Do you think we should get at them from the off, or do you think Conte will instruct them to sit off? And do you think if we do sit off, fans will be impatient?
Oh, I mean, listen, I think you have to. We spoke about this earlier. I think that the home advantage, we have got a fortress at White Hart Lane. If you take Chelsea and our recent history off the books against them, then we're just a phenomenal outfit at White Hart Lane. Oh, sorry, at the Tottenham Stadium. And you know, Brighton, as much as they're draw specialists, they're not great at conversions, right? They're not great at kind of making the most of their possession. They might get one goal, but they very rarely get two. If we agree that, you know, if Tottenham score 2 goals today, then that should be enough to get us through. Then why sit back, right? Like let's hit them early. Let's hit them quickly as well. And I do think that if we are going to go the 3-4-3, you have to remember Lewis Dunk is just back from injury. He might be their best centre back, but he's been out with a bad hamstring. You know, Burns, their other fellas, out, so they've got a new back four that they haven't played with before, or a relatively new back four that's not their first choice. They never replaced Burns, so I think that, you know, or back five, I'm not sure how they'll shape it out, but I do think that Tottenham need to take advantage of that. They're not the fastest at the back, so I do think that if we can get the ball, if Højbjerg can win the early tussles with Bazuma, get the ball to Winksy or whoever's going to be in that midfield battle and spray it over the top, put Sonny down the channels, put Lucas Moura in, whether Lucas is coming short, whether Harry Kane's dropping deep, however that looks like. And the beautiful thing about Tottenham's offensive options right now are that it's very hard for any of us who love and watch Tottenham all day long to know which players are going to play, how they're going to play, and in which positions, which is a fantastic headache to have. The options that we have, all of them can play pretty much anywhere in the front line. They can all drop deep if necessary. So given those variables that Brighton might not know in the first 20 minutes, then before they figured it out, I think we should go after them early, try and get an early goal, and then settle down and see what happens. If we sit back and, God forbid, give them an early chance, or if they give them any successes, then the crowd could get on our back, to your question directly. I think if they could get on our back, then, or on the back of the team, you know, Tottenham fans right now, it's like, especially in the online community, it's quite divided, right? Like some people are very grateful and happy with the situation with the window. Other people aren't. They think it's a smokescreen and they don't want to gloss over the Levy situation. So I don't want there to be any reason for the Spurs fans to start to get panicky or start to get frustrated or impatient. So I definitely want us to start well, start fast, and try and get a goal and put pressure on them down the flanks with our pace. But whether we do that or not, that's best laid plans, right? Like it doesn't happen. Tottenham very rarely start fast and start well. So that's how I don't know if I've answered your question or if I just went.
No, you have. Sorry. And what else I just want to touch on quickly, Shawnee, my man, is we're sitting here talking about options. I mean, we never thought we could have sat here talking, obviously with players coming back and the players we added, the 2 players we added in this window. Now all of a sudden it feels like we've options at the back, we've got options up front.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's absolutely incredible. Who do you give that praise to? Conte, Paratici, Levy, not Steve Hitchen, because that baldy fraud is gone.
Yeah.
Happy days, but You know,
Yeah.
who do you have to give that credit to? Because I mean, it's a weird feeling that Spurs fans are sitting here talking about options.
Well, listen, I think that we're not talking. We're talking more about like relative options. Like we have more options than we did before, but the reason why we have like that's in no small part because of the piss poor actions of Hitchin et al. Over the previous 3 years by spending exorbitant amounts of money on players and their salaries that just didn't cut it, didn't want to cut it, didn't try, whatever, right? And so the fact that we've improved like that, it's something to celebrate for sure. And the options that we now have is something to be happy with. But the baseline was pretty low, right? Because of the poor mistakes of Hitchens. So, getting rid of that shit and coming in and getting these new two guys in. Also, we had the benefit of returns from long-term injuries in Romero, which, I hate saying it because it's a cliche, but it does feel like a new signing because he was just getting into his rhythm and showing us everything he could do before he got injured in late October, I think it was. So, I'm a little bit concerned about putting him out there today, Dave. I've got to be honest, mate. Like for 90 minutes, if you're going to start the guy, if God forbid he tweaks it, it's one of those injuries that has recurrences quite frequently. So, but either way, like the options that we have are plentiful in one part because the baseline was low before, and now because we've got rid of the dross, brought in a couple of players in positions. Okay, not the most important positions that we needed support in. But in positions that were important, and also we've got some key players back in Sonny and Romero. So it's a combination of all three. I wouldn't give the credit to Daniel Levy. The only credit I'd give to Daniel Levy is taking his foot. I feel like for the first time he's taken his hand off the steering wheel when it comes to transfers, and maybe he's allowed Paratici to do what he wants to do a little bit more. But it does look like Paratici has been cooking, and I think this is part of like a 2 or 3 window plan. And it's not just about the first team. It looks like he's doing things elsewhere in the team as well, in the academy, the scout network. So in Paratici we trust, in Conte we trust. I think it's a combination of Conte and Paratici getting together and Daniel Levy saying, all right, I'm going to step back a little bit. So that's how I see it.
Spot on. And look, I've been warning everybody, Paratici was cooking. Maybe it's too spicy for some and they should get out of the kitchen. But Paratici for sure is cooking. I can smell it. Baby. But Shawnee, can you envisage us going on an FA Cup run this season? And can we get to the final and give ourselves a chance of lifting it?
Yeah, listen, why not? Why not? Like it's there. Someone's got to win it. I know we haven't won it for 30 years. And obviously, what happened earlier on today, everything was looking great. We thought West Ham were going to be out. At lunchtime today, we were looking at Chelsea maybe going out on penalties. We looked at West Ham maybe going out. We saw there's a couple other teams as well. I think they were struggling at one point during the game. Southampton, I think. Of course, yeah. Man United went out last night. I think Southampton were looking on the ropes at one point today. I know Norwich beat someone. I forget who they beat. Wolves. Wolves went out, right? So there are some big names. There are some threats that have gone out, but obviously the biggest threat. I don't mind facing anybody apart from Chelsea. I just think Chelsea. If we get Chelsea again, it will be the same old story. So let's get through today first. Then we're in the 5th round, and then who knows? The draw is obviously the FA Cup is a lot about the luck of who you get in the draw. Yeah. But if we can avoid Chelsea all the way through to the final, then I say why not? Let's do it.
No, absolutely.
Well overdue, Dave.
No, 100%. It's long overdue. 31 years since we've last won the FA Cup. It's not. I'm not going to say not good enough because I mean, you look at the teams we're competing with now. Well, look, it's not good enough, but I definitely do want to go on a run. I do have the starting line out. It is confirmed, and we'll keep Shawnee here just to get his quick thoughts on it. And I want to ask him his favorite FA Cup memory as well, and then we'll let him go. But in goals, it is Hugo Lloris at right wing back. It's Emerson Royal, Romero, Sanchez, and Davies form the centre back partnership. So no Eric Dyer with Reguilon at left wing back. Wow. Winks and Højbjerg form the midfield just like we expected, Shawnee, with Lucas, Son, and Kane up top. So he has gone full strength because I know there were some questions. Should he rest some players with Southampton on Wednesday? And what's more important? Are you happy he's gone full strength here, Sean, today? And are you surprised there's no Eric Dyer?
I am. Do you have the subs there as well, Dave? Or
the subs. It's Scalini, Sorry, yeah, how dare I forget? People want to hear me call out Kulusevski's name. We have Golini, we have Doherty, Session, Joe Roden, Harvey White, Bergwijn, Scarlett, and that's our bench. Now, I'm only messing. Benchikor and Kulusevski as well. Come on. You know, so that is the bench. That is the bench, my man. A few people heart stopped there for a minute. But look, Sean, are you happy we've got full strength today? And no Eric Dyer in the match day squad. What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean that. I don't think there's any reason to rest him unless he must be still carrying that knock, right? He's had a knock for most of the early part of this year, so I don't know what's going on with Eric Dyer. I hope there's nothing more to it than that, but it seems like he plays a game, goes away, comes back 2 games, 3 games later, plays a game, plays half a game. Like I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want, with respect, Joe Rodon on in front of him. He doesn't have to play Eric Dyer, so there's a little bit of a concern there. Love to see Bentancur, Kulusevski. You know, it's nice to see Harvey White get a go as well on the bench. Maybe he'll come off if we get a chance to. And Dane Scarlett. The one name that I'm a little bit indifferent about. I said this earlier to you, Dave. I think that it doesn't send a great message, in my opinion, to drop Steven Bergwijn just because Sonny's back. I'm not saying that Sonny shouldn't start, but I think on form, like football clubs should be a meritocracy. And I think that Steven Bergwijn, since he's come back in, has he's done phenomenally, right? He did what he did against Leicester. He was one of the best, the only good players against Chelsea. And, you know, he had the chance to go to Ajax, and that move was stopped because Conte tells him he's in his plans. And then the first game back in, you know, Lucas keeps his spot ahead of Bergwijn. I don't mind. I think that the front three looks great. It could look great I'd be just as happy with Bergwijn in instead of Lucas or Sonny, or however you want to do it. That's the beautiful thing about having options. But I do feel like unless he's put his arm around him and said, listen, I'm resting you for this one because I need you for Southampton or something like that, then I still feel like it doesn't send a great message to Bergwijn that he did what he's done what he's done. And yet it's not good enough as soon as Son comes back. Like that's telling me that you're always going to be second fiddle, unless, like I say, it's a tactical thing for one reason or another around resting him for Southampton or using him as a bench utility. I don't know. But if it's just literally a straight swap because Sonny's back fit, that to me, that doesn't send the right message. But whatever, we'll see what happens. Apart from that, mate, I'm happy.
No, look,
it's good.
Yeah. And you know what? Look, I understand your point with Steven Bergwijn. Look, when someone was back fit, he was always going to come straight back in. But maybe you could have looked at maybe dropping Lucas to the bench off the back of 2 poor games and keeping Bergwijn hungry. But I do just hope that Conte has put his arm around him, you know, and said, look, I want to take Harry Kane off early. We're going at them early. Hopefully, get the game done early. We're going to bring off Harry Kane. We're going to get you on, so you will get minutes and just stay fresh because we've got a lot of games coming up. Hopefully, I do hope so. But Sean, you know, just quickly, what's your favourite FA Cup memory?
Oh, Jesus, that's a tough one. The 91 final, I was there. That was a great day.
No, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love that, my man. I was born in 91, so I can't say I was at the game. I was probably in my mother's womb. I was actually in my mother's womb, to be honest with you. So can't say I was there. You're showing your age now, Sean. You're showing your age. But Sean, what's your score prediction? What's your score prediction? And just quickly, where can people find you, my man? Thanks for coming on today.
No, thanks for having me, Dave. You can. Well, my prediction is 3-1. I think it's going to be a tight game. I do think it'll be 1-1 at some point. I think Tottenham will get the lead, and then Brighton will come and try and equalise, and then you'll see a Sonny or a Lucas or a Stevie B or Kulusevski. Someone's going to break away and get the winner. And if it is Kulusevski, I can't wait to see him rip his shirt off and show his ginger chest hair to the crowd as he's doing this for the standing ovation. But 3-1. I think it will be a very tight game. And you can find me at Spurs Talk Show on YouTube, at Spurs Talk Show on Twitter. But you can also find me on this channel. I'm doing some watch-alongs. I keep saying I'm doing watch-alongs, and then life gets in the way. But and on your channel and on a couple of others around. I'm a bit of a channel whore, but Spurs Talk Show is my home.
No, 100%. And everybody do get over there and check it out. Sean's absolutely brilliant. And it's all one word, by the way, no spaces in between it. But Sean, before we let you go, look, as we know, your neighbours like to complain regardless of what sort of noise you make. So let's really ramp up the tempo here. Let's really make it loud. Give me the loudest. Come on, you Spurs. Let's get it from deep down inside, my man. Really piss them neighbours off and really get behind the boys.
Come on, you Spurs!
Oh, I absolutely love that, my man. I absolutely love it. Yeah, if the people listen carefully, you can hear them knocking on his door right now. You gotta love it. But Shawnee, my man, thank you very much. Watch out for the nice police, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, Dave. See you, mate.
See you, Shawnee. What an absolute legend, guys, there. That's Sean from Spurs Talk Show. Everybody, do get over and check out his channel. He's absolutely brilliant guest. What a man. Honestly, I think he's probably after waking up the whole neighbourhood. I think there could be an angry long line at his door, not just the usual culprits. But look, we are going to absolutely keep this moving. Who have we got on next? Actually, I know. It is KVP. Come on, man. How are you keeping? You absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for this, man. I just don't like these lot. Like, no one likes Brighton apart from Crystal Palace, who they always seem to be, I think. Yeah, like, I'm tired of going bird hunting. It's time to hunt for some seagulls, smash these lot, and send them back to the seaside, and they can shove it up their asses. Graham Potter, he's just like watching Pep beat Brighton a lot, and yeah, like, I'm excited to see Romero's back, but I wouldn't play him full 90 minutes. I know he's still covering that injury he suffered in international duty in November last year, so I wouldn't play him full 90 minutes. Maybe for the next few games. And our two new signings are on the bench. Bentancur scored for Uruguay inside 60 seconds a couple of days ago.
Sorry, Kyle, just to cut you off. Sorry, guys, I know my screen has gone blurry, but the guy in the back end has actually gone downstairs to let the two boys in, so he will be back up in 1 minute to fix it. But yeah, Kyle, you know, honestly, it would be. I can't wait for us to beat them, Kyle. I expect you to get straight down to Brighton, buy some fish and chips, tell them to hold the vinegar. You know, use their tears for that vinegar and enjoy them on the pier, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing, absolutely buzzing. But look, Kyle. You know, you've seen the starting lineup. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, like
nowhere Dyer. Are you surprised?
I'm surprised he's not starting because I've actually got him on the back of my shirt I'm wearing. This second kit or whatever, third kit, whatever it is. Yeah, I've got him on the back of my shirt, Eric Dyer. Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe still carrying the knock he's carrying. Like, but yeah, like we've got Southampton coming up, which I'm definitely going to because yeah, tickets already booked and I'm going. So yeah, hopefully he'll play against Southampton, who we should have beaten. But I don't know how one goal. Like I don't know how Kane was offside when he was on. He always seems to score against the Saints, but I don't know how his goal was offside. Like what's going on with VAR? Like Man United were knocked out last night, which is good. I watched the game and yeah, Middlesbrough were brilliant last night, I must say. They played great. Like, how was that not a handball from the Middlesbrough player? The VAR said it was not. Like, I bet people were saying it wasn't, but fair enough. But
screw that. That's United and Wreck-It Ralph on the crew. You know, Wreck-It Ralph doing the job that he's intended to do. Absolutely destroy the club, my man. Absolutely love it. How do you think Winks will cope with the pressure of Bentancur on the bench, knowing that he could be the one to replace? Do you think Harry Winks? He's been decent enough this season. Do you think he has it in him to be able to thrive off that pressure and maybe elevate his game to a new level? Because having a passer like Bentancur and Harry Winks will surely do us favours going forward.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like Bentancur, Harry Winks partnership would be nice. Like Højbjerg Skip partnership doing well, but Skip's out. I don't know how long for, but yeah, Bentancur Winks partnership would be brilliant. Like it was Harry Winks' birthday the other day, so I'm gonna wish him a happy birthday for the other day. And I want to give a massive shout out to happy birthday boy Mickey Hazard today. Happy birthday, legend. Have a good one. Let's beat the Seagulls tonight. I know he's probably going to be at the game. I hope so. And yeah, I want to wish you happy birthday, big man. Have a good one. And yeah, I think Bentancur, Harry Winks partnership would be brilliant. Like, I'm excited to see Kulusevski come on and Bentancur. Like, I don't mind whoever scores out of them two, but why not have both of them score? Would be nice. Then, yeah, I
If
can't
I
wait
had to ask you now, Kyle, which one do you think is going to have a bigger impact on the team, Bentancur or Big Kulu?
Oh man, it's tough, but I'd have to go for Bentancur because I think what Conte knows him well from Juventus. Is it? Does Conte manage him?
Huh?
Did Conte manage Kulusevski and Bentancur when he was at Juventus, or did they not?
I'm not. I know Paratici was in charge of bringing Kulusevski to Juve. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Kyle.
Like
I don't think so.
if I had to choose, I'd go for Kulusevski. Like, I can't wait to see him do what Ryan Giggs did against Arsenal in the FA Cup all those years ago, showing his
That'd be nice.
capabilities. Yeah, I can't wait to see him do what Giggs did. Like, yeah, yeah. So if he does that, then we all know people get yellow cards for it. But I don't really care if he does. Like,
Yeah.
just to wind up those Brighton fans, and yeah, like. Yeah, I can't wait to see them
Yeah.
come off the
That's
bench.
spot on.
Yeah, and
I'll just take these super chats quickly there,
Mm.
Kyle. Dark Some G says, love the bench. Imagine if Dyer and Skip was on the bench. No, 100%. It definitely provide more competition. But that's what we've been crying out for at Tottenham Hotspur, though, Dark Some G. You know, it's players that, especially as a manager and as a fan, you want to be able to look at the bench when things aren't going well and say, right, you know, who can change the game? And I think we're starting to slowly get them options now. Big up Dark Sun G, my man. Really appreciate the super chat. And Strip Bear, absolutely love that. It's a good name. Brilliant. Says London is blue. Beaten 4 times, 8-0 sucks. Conte is the best. What about Tuchel? Yeah, Tiny Tuchel. The wheels are actually falling off over there, to be honest with you, Strip Bear. So I don't think you'd be singing Tuchel's name very often. As well, you're a club that has wasted money on Lukaku, who'd rather be playing basketball with Paul Pogba. And by the way, who hates your club. He'd much rather be back over in Inter. And then you have Teeny Weeny, who you spent about 50, 60 million on. And honestly, the guy would not hit a barn door with an aeroplane. He's absolutely shocking. I would just say more worry about your what's coming down the line for you guys. Look, I get it. You don't like us because we're Tottenham, but look, we're going for top 4. What happened to you falling off at the leagues? Has your life really got that pathetic and sad that you want to come in and banter Spurs fans? Just because you can't get anywhere near the league. But look, while you're here, make sure you smash the subscribe button, my man. Big up, Strip there. Absolute Chelsea lunatic. And by the way, you barely scraped by today as well, so I wouldn't be in here crowing. Make sure you have that same energy once we slap Brighton around the place. I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait. He's getting me pumped up, Strip there. He must have thought I was lacking energy today, so he said I'd put in a super chat about Chelsea. What a guy. Thanks for that, though, my man. Really do appreciate the support. But Kyle, can Big H keep his record going in this composition? Make it 12 from 12.
Yeah, let's hope he can score today. Like, Sonny, I think he's only scored about 3 or 4. I don't know how many. I'm confused. He must have scored more than that. But Kane, yeah, make it 12. Or maybe make it 14. He can score a hat-trick today. 14. Like, Arsenal were out by Nottingham Forest, so that's good. Arsenal, because I can't stand these lot. We still have to play them. Like, yeah. Like, Aubameyang's gone to Barcelona, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
No, it's absolutely brilliant, Kyle. It's absolutely brilliant. But you know what, Kyle? I really want to beat Brighton so bad. I really do. I want to give them a beat down that they remember, to be honest with you. I actually want Tottenham to be the bully in the schoolyard today. I really do. I hate Brighton. I hate their crappy jerseys. They're horrible. I hate their manager. He's a Pep Guardiola wannabe. The only good thing to come out of Brighton is the stick of rocks that you buy when you go there on vacation. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm sick of people praising them. This is a guy that had a go at Tottenham or was digging Tottenham out, when he was linked with the job. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, you've got more problems to worry about than talking about Tottenham. Keep our club out your mouth. You're still in the process of trying to find platform 9 3/4, you Harry Potter wannabe. You know what I mean? Absolutely ridiculous, Kyle. It's absolutely a joke, my man. But look, Kyle, we do have to keep going. So give me your score prediction, and then let's see if you can get louder than Shawnee with a big come on you, Spurs.
All right. So, everyone, score prediction. I'm going for 5-0. I want to batter these lot. Like, we've not scored more than 5. I don't know, since it must have been ages ago. But yeah, I want 5-0. Kane hat trick, Sonny 2, and clean sheet from Hugo Lloris. And yeah, when are you going to come on Xbox, Dave? I still was going to play you at FIFA. You said you were going to come on the other day.
Say that again? Oh, yeah, no, I'll play with you tomorrow, my man.
Yeah, and I'm going to give this a massive shout out. I'm going to go shout better than Sean. Come on, you Spurs! Let's batter the Seagulls. Go back to where you came from, Graham Potter. Keep our name out of your mouth. Stop talking about our club and worry about your club, because if you're going to keep running your mouth about our club, then we'll see what happens when we batter you, because we still have to play you in the Premier League. We were supposed to play you a couple months ago, but no, we still have to play them. So we'll just batter you 3 times this year, mate. Keep our name out of your mouth tonight when you lose. Come on, you Spurs.
Love it. Big up, Kyle, my man. Big yourself up, and I'll see you again soon, brother. My man, what an absolute legend. Big up, Kyle. And you know, Harry Potter at Brighton thinks he can do magic. So can I. You know, let's magic up a McDonald's milkshake. There we are. We can all do magic tricks, just like Harry Potter from Brighton. But look, let's get on the next guest. It is Ty. Let's get him on. Absolutely love the name. And no, it's not Ty from AFTV. I wish it was, because I could banter him all day long. But we've got our own version. My man, how are you keeping, brother?
It's Tottenham Ty. It's Tottenham Ty. You're right. That's what I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that as my title for now on.
No, I absolutely love that, my man. You know, what's your thoughts ahead of today's game? Are you super pumped up, and what do you think of the lineup?
I'm pumped up right now. I'm in Austin, Texas. I got the flow out to try to mix in with these hippies here, you know. So I'm actually trying to find a place to watch the game if I don't have to watch it on my phone. But sorry, what was the rest of the question?
What do you think of the starting lineup, lad?
Oh, not bad. I'm happy Romero's back. Stoked that Romero. I'd say I'm more excited to watch Romero today than even Bentancur or Kulusevski come off the bench. I'm really excited for that. So that'll be good. That'll be good to see him back. He's an absolute animal.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait just to see him be proactive about defending, you know, getting stuck in, but also being good on the ball. I mean, we've seen it with Romero, and I think he's been out injured that long that people forget. But this guy loves a run on the ball. He can take the ball and move through midfield and move through the gears up forward. And I really can't wait to see what he adds today. I really can't. What do you think of Eric Dyer's non-inclusion in matchday squad? Do you think he's maybe has a knock?
I'm not sure. That doesn't really make any sense at all as to why you'd start Sanchez over Dyer. I don't know. He's probably got something going on, just something small that they're probably not disclosing.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on, my man.
Anything to worry about, really?
I hope not. Who out of our two new signings do you think is come the end of the season will have offered Tottenham more, Bentancur or Kulusevski, or equally both?
Kulusevski for sure. Yeah, Kulusevski looks like he's just really creative. I think I saw a statistic. He has more passes into the 18-yard box than any of our players by far. I don't know if that was maybe that was on this same channel where they were talking about that. They were showing some of the stats. But yeah. I'm really excited because I'm sick of watching us when we are dominating games outside of the box, just nothing progressive actually going into players' feet. Because if you have Kane in the box, I mean, you get the ball to Kane in the box and he can turn and shoot, and he's gonna score. So I'm excited about Kulusevski. Bentancur, I don't know. I have some friends that watch some Serie A and Juventus in particular, and they're like, he's not very good. I mean, he scored a banger the other night, but they just say he's nothing too special, really.
Nah, look, he's a good foot soldier. That's what he is. That's what he's been described as by some of the Italian experts that the boys I've had on here. Described as a loyal foot soldier, and that's what we want. Honestly,
True.
who wouldn't follow Conte into battle? Because I know I would. I'd be up at the very front of the queue. I absolutely love the guy. But speaking of big hits, my man, do you see him continuing his scoring streak in the FA Cup?
Harry Kane?
Yeah, big H, lad.
Yeah. Big H. Yeah, definitely. I think he'll score today. He'll probably score. It'll probably be a 1-0 game, and he'll score the goal. I might change my prediction at the end, but we'll see.
What about Sonny? Are you excited to see Sonny back from being out injured? Of course, he's been a huge miss.
Always happy to see Sonny back. He's the best. You can't not love the guy. I don't know any opposing fans that hate him. You can't hate him, and he's an amazing player. So I'm just hoping that he gets back into better form. He was really, I don't know what was up with him. It kind of seemed like a few years ago when he was having those spells of inconsistency. It kind of seemed like he hit one of those again after flying for an entire year and a half, 2 years of being extremely consistent. So I'm hoping that injury was maybe a blessing in disguise, and he's gotten some rest. Maybe, I don't know, just cleared his mind a little bit, and hopefully scores a goal today and just gets his confidence up. No,
do you know what? I hope so, man. I really do. I'd love to see him come in and hit the ground running straight back from the injury, score, and just say, look, guys, I'm back. Top four. It gives me a lot more confidence going into the top four race if we can see a very good performance from Sonny today, that's for sure. But look, Ty, we have another guest who's actually not. He is there, but we'll keep with you for another minute or two. Are you happy with the formation today, the 3-4-3? And do you think it's something we'll see a lot more of going forward this season because of the midfielders we have? Bentancur, Skip, of course, he's out injured. But Højbjerg and Winks, do you think that's made for a two-man midfield going forward?
I think it's made for it, but I also think the signing of Kulusevski, even though I know Conte said that he could play right back, but I could definitely see him maybe playing a more central role in that midfield, like up higher, because he is creative and he's played attacking midfielder. So I'm hoping that we can. I prefer the 3-5-2 personally. I think that we play a lot better, and we don't get overrun in the midfield nearly as much. Yeah. So I prefer the 3-5-2 definitely, but we'll see. Hopefully with Romero in and him being extremely aggressive and just. He'll get a yellow card for sure today. Like, he's probably mouth off to someone. But, yeah, he hopefully with him in there, maybe a little more aggression, then we won't get overrun as much, and he can just kind of cut off. But, yeah, I prefer the 3-5-2 absolutely over a 3-4-3. I think we play way better.
Interesting. Of course, Harry Winks starts his fifth game straight. Is he the man we're looking at to maybe unlock the door if Brighton do sit deep when we're on the ball?
Based upon recent games, I would say yes. Based upon just history overall, though, I still don't have confidence that that's something that he can absolutely do consistently. So I don't know. That's a tough question. I can't really give you a straight answer on that one. We'll see. We'll see on that one. Hopefully.
No, spot on. And look, how do we stop Cucumber, Cucurella, and Midget Lamptey, their wing backs, who probably for me are the most creative players? How do we put a stop to them today?
We probably won't. I don't think we can. I think that the way that they play, they're definitely too good, but they don't have anybody to finish, so it doesn't really matter. I think that you can live with them going down the sides and creating chances because nobody's going to put it away anyways. And hopefully our defense is solid anyways when those balls do come in, but I don't think we're going to stop them necessarily. Yeah. Maybe I would say you could stop Cucurella. Maybe Emerson can get back and stop Cucurella, but yeah, Lamptey, nobody's stopping him. He's like a mini Traore. He's absolutely lightning fast. Yeah, I wish we had him so bad. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's not bad, to be fair to him. He's not bad. But look, my man, what's your score prediction? And give me a big come on, you Spurs, a big loud one, lad. Make
All
someone
right.
crash.
All right, I'm gonna change my score prediction now from my 1-0 that I said earlier. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna say all the goals in the first half. How about that? All goals in the first half, then a little cagey in the second. So that's what I'm gonna go for. And come on, you Spurs!
Oh, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Tottenham Ty, thank you very much, my man. And hopefully we'll see you again on the show before the Southampton game.
All right, Dave. Well, God bless. Have a good one.
Same to you, my man. Absolute legend. I'll see you soon, brother. What an absolute legend. There you have it, Tottenham Ty. And we'll bring on the last guest of the evening, and it's AV Master. Let's get him on. My man, how are you keeping? I think you're on mute.
Every time. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, my man. It's all right. Look, I still do it to this day. You know, I still come on here and I'm starting yapping away, and Benji and Sim are like, shut up, Dave. You can't hear you. Take yourself off mute. Do not worry about it, lad. Do not worry about it. But look, you've seen the starting lineup today. You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it when it comes to the formation which we're doing. I wish it was the 3-5-2, but I guess a 3-4-3 specifically with the people that we have. It's a pretty strong team. Personally, I think that we need to show something here. We need to show that we are still a formidable team. We are still a top 4 fighting team, and that we will get top 4 this season. And I'm pretty darn certain that we are. This is a pump up. We have to fucking start getting that boosting of happiness. There you go.
Do you know what? We'll have that conversation because I was actually going to save it for the end. But
sorry,
I actually think what we've no, not at all. Let's get into it, my man. Because like I haven't been on the fan shows, giving my opinion on the transfer window either, and I just actually think I think the club is in a very positive place right now. I think the players we got out the door absolutely smashing work. None of us thought that they'd be able to get them out. We always heard nobody wants them. Their wages are a stumbling block, this, that, and the other. But somehow Paratici, he's got rid of them. You look at the 2 players we've got in, they're 2 players of quality over quantity. I mean, quantity is what got us into this mess in the first place, trying to make the money spread, bringing in 4 or 5 different positions. I mean, you look at that window under Jose Mourinho where we tried to cover all the positions rather than spending on quality. And that's what's got us into this mess. And I'm glad that, look, we were always going to come out of this window wanting more. But
absolutely,
if the right targets of quality weren't available in other positions, I'm happy to wait until the summer. And with the players we've got off, we can now act in the free market with all the players that are coming out of contract. We can now offer them big money like they'll be demanding because there's no transfer fee. But then we also put ourselves in a position in the summer where we can buy first rather than having to sell first. So I actually think, there's a lot of positives for this club going forward. We've got rid of the players that were holding us back in every aspect, in terms of bringing new players, in terms of providing competition for the first team, and in terms of in the transfer window because of the colossal wages they were on. So I see a lot of positives go forward, and I've seen a lot of arguing amongst the Spurs fan base, leave you in, leave you out, leave you reform, whatever it may be. Let's put all that aside now, and let's all move on in the one direction, and let's get behind this club. I think there's a lot of positives. But man, do you share my views, or what's your thoughts?
I completely agree. So during the transfer window, I was one of the people that would go to the training ground every so often. I'm one of those people. I'm just going to say that outright. Yeah, but when it comes to the ending of the transfer window, we got in Kulusevski and Bentancur. Bentancur has something to prove from his Juventus time. He has something that he's like, all right, I'm on the back foot. Let me do something good here. This is a new start. There's a brand new opportunity for me. Let me show that I can play in the top tiers. Yeah, and Kulusevski can be like, you know what? I'm going to keep the momentum I've got going. I've got a good momentum in Juventus. Let's keep that momentum going in Spurs. So when it comes to it, yes, of course, I'm going to be left wanting. I would have liked a right wing back. Who wouldn't? Everyone wanted a right wing back in regards to that transfer window. But the 2 people we got in can cover at least 1 or 2 places themselves. Specifically, Kulusevski, who's known for covering 2 to 3 places on his own. not in one game, of course. He's like been put in different positions. So I wouldn't expect him to like play 3 players at once. But yeah, I think we're in a good position. I think we all need to back the club, even if you don't have to back the owners. You don't have to back the owners to back the club. There's 2 different things. The owner is not the club. The club is not the owner. Yeah. I personally don't back the owner. I back the club, so I'm always Spurs till I die.
Yeah. No, absolutely spot on, man. Do you know what? I'm absolutely loving this positivity, lad. I'm absolutely loving it. How far do you think we can take this FA Cup run?
So, without not being honest, we're gonna fucking win it. Being honest, at least a semi-final, maybe a final, if we're damn lucky. It depends on whether we're gonna get. It depends on whether we get Man City or Chelsea during the semi-finals. Which, knowing the draws this season, we're probably going to get Chelsea to get the flipping 5th game in a row. But if we get a decently normal team, someone like fucking, if Middlesbrough make it to the semi-final, I'll laugh. But imagine if we had them in the semi-final, I'll be pretty happy with that.
They're on a good run. They done well to beat Wreck-It Ralph yesterday. I was absolutely delighted with that. But do you know what? Look, the FA Cup does all come down to the draw, really, doesn't it? You know, hopefully you can get the easier teams every round to kind of keep progressing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if the draw's in our favour, we can win this. If the draw's not in our favour, we can at least still get to a semi-final before we end up going against a Man City or a Chelsea. Yeah. So when it comes down to it, it depends on the draws. And this season, so far, we have bad luck, but keeping the positivity, all the bad luck is out the way. We can have some good luck finally, hopefully. So let's think positive about this cup. We may potentially get a cup this time.
No, 100%. I do apologise about that blurry screen there for a minute. I think there must have been reports that I was too ugly or something, so they had to blur it out for a few minutes. Absolutely love it. But
you're never ugly, mate.
Oh, well, you know, my missus tells me that every day, but I don't believe her. But, you know, look, man. Do you think we can make top 4 this year in the league going forward? Of course, today out of the way, do you believe we can really push what we have right now in terms of the squad we have to top 4? And can Conte lead them? Can Conte lead the soldiers to war? That's what I want to know.
I'm not even going to bother saying that I'm lying. I'm going to be telling the damn truth. And I say that we will be getting top 4 this season. The positivity is there. We have Antonio Conte at the wheel. He is one of the best managers, if not the best manager of the world as of right now. We have some world-class players. Heung-min Son, Romero, Kane. Yeah, we brought in 2 players who will be a big push and a good positive feeling in the club. We got rid of 4 players who are utterly the worst when it comes to attitude. Yeah. 3 when it comes to attitude. Brian Hill, I hope he returns. My guy had so much potential, and he still has that potential. Hope he has a good season with I can't remember what team he is with right now, but still.
Valencia.
Yeah. I hope he has a good season with Valencia, a good rest of the season with Valencia. Get some goals, mate. You deserve them. Yeah, you've put in so much effort. But going back to it, yes, we will get top 4, and here's why. Arsenal have just got rid of their one and only true striker. Yeah, they've already got rid of half their team. They haven't got a team anymore. They've got strong players. But what does that mean when it comes to the fact that they don't have the goal capabilities? You've got West Ham, who I never really thought was a fighter for top 4. Yeah, I never really thought it was a fight for top 4 with them. They have a strong team when it comes to the days, but it has to be on the days, and they have bad days, specifically against, for some reason, mid-tier teams. Yeah, I would be expecting West Ham to be destroying teams. Yeah, but no. Wolves are going to be beating them. I'm thinking that Wolves will absolutely destroy them. But anyway, back to the top 4 fight. Wolves are not in that at the moment. Man United, they lost against Middlesbrough. I'm not gonna criticize Middlesbrough. My mum's from Hartlepool, yeah. So North East is in my blood. So, but I will say this now: you lost against a mid-tier championship team, and you are meant to be the Unstoppables, Man United. Well, you were called the Unstoppables at one point. So when it comes down to it, the one and only team that, as of right now, yes, had a very rough start, but has brought it back under Antonio Conte is Spurs, and the only team that has got the team to take top 4 this season is Spurs.
Absolutely
That is
love
what
that.
I'm thinking.
I absolutely love that. But look, man, I'm getting people in my ear saying, look, you got to end now. The watch along needs to begin. So look, my man,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you coming on. But before we let you go, I want your score prediction, and I want a big loud come on you Spurs.
All right. So on a brilliant day, 2-0. On a great day, 3-1. On an amazing day, 3-1. And on a normal day, I'm still going to say 2-0 or 3-1. I expect us to get at least 2 goals, and I want Harry Kane to at least score 1, or if not, get 2 goals this game. And I'm going to say outright, come on, you Spurs!
Oh, man, I'm absolutely loving the energy, brother. I'm absolutely loving it. Big yourself up. Thank you for your time coming on, and hopefully we'll see you before the Southampton game, my man.
Absolutely, mate. See you later.
Big yourself up. See you later. Well, there you are, guys. There it is. Another end to yet another pre-match pump-up. I hope everybody has enjoyed it today. Hope everybody has enjoyed the guest. Thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. People that have put in super chats, really, really do appreciate it. Really appreciate your support behind the pre-match pump-up as well. We quickly have a super chat there from Philip Hewitt. He says, can't smile without you. Spurs 3-0. Absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. My man, big yourself up. Few happy birthdays to dish out. Of course, one to Mickey Hazard, who actually I think really likes that song, by the way, Philip. I think that's one of his favourites, he was telling me. Big shout out to Dermot from Tottenham Touch of Goal and Chris as well, who's always in the chat here. Big birthdays to you guys. But look, it's FA Cup day. Sit back, relax, crack open a beer. Let's smash Brighton, and then let's go and enjoy the victory down by the seaside. Look, Harry Potter in charge. Everyone praises him. You know, they think he's the bee's knees. You know, I talk about the expected goals. It's absolutely shocking. They can't score them. And no wonder why. Because Harry Potter looks at XG and he thinks it's a spell. Expelliarmus goals. Look, they might score 1 today, but what they're not doing is scoring 2. We score 2 today. It's over. It's time to lock and load. Let's go shoot some seagulls. In Conte we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Everybody, if you do like what I've had to bring to the table, get over to the Irish Hotspur. Check it out. Smash that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like. Smash that subscribe here. Get your comments in underneath. And let's go and fucking beat Harry Potter.